Alright guys, welcome back to What If I Was Reincarnated as Frieza. I'm enjoying this series, hope you're enjoying it too. Now with all that being said, let's get to the Buu saga. As I was on my throne room, time has passed. Androids 17 and 18 have become loyal to me out of fear. They have seen my power and they know they can never overthrow me. Vegeta has grown much stronger, even unlocked Super Saiyan 2, but he even knows his place. However, I am beginning to grow worrisome. You see, training is such a big deal, and it's such hard work. I really don't like it. And besides, with my gold form, I'm already above everyone else, except for Beerus. I know he's gonna wake up eventually. After the Buu saga, he will wake up. After the Buu saga comes, I'm gonna find a time chamber, and I'm gonna train for 10 years straight, unlock my black form. Even though I won't be strong to beat Beerus in it, I have a technique, an idea how to stop him. But first, I need to get this Buu saga out of the way, so I waited and waited until one day Supreme Kai Shen would walk through the throne room. Vegeta, 17, and 18 will be all ready to fight him. I would say, wait, this is the Supreme Kai. Why are you here, Supreme One? Shen would look at me, disgusted. I've heard you've gotten a lot stronger. And even though I didn't want to turn to you, you're the only choice I have. I need your help to stop Majin Buu. I would look at him. I thought about killing him. After all, I could easily defeat Majin Buu if he awakens. And with Shen dead, Beerus will be dead. However, where's the fun in that? I have a much more delicious, entertaining way to defeat Beerus. And I think it will pay homage to the original Dragon Ball. I would look at Shen and say, fine, lead the way. As me, Vegeta, 17, and 18 all followed Shen. As we went down to Earth, we would look around, continuing to walk throughout the planet. Now, I honestly wanted Majin Buu to be unleashed. If Majin Buu was unleashed, then I can destroy him in my golden form and show my superiority to Shen. This would make a great moment, and it would make Beerus want to come after me even more, so I can surprise him with a trap. However, I didn't realize it would be a lot harder as in canon, because, well, they didn't get Gohan's energy, and Gohan doesn't even exist anymore. As we continued to walk around, eventually we found a Bobbity spaceship. Earth was pretty much untouched by my empire, because it was completely useless. True, we could conquer and sell it, but there's really no use in that. And besides, without the Dragon Balls, there's really nothing for it. And out of respect, since I used to be a human, I decided to leave Earth alone. However, Bobbity saw this and quickly went back to his spaceship, giddily trying to revive Majin Buu. As we were watching, Dabura would fly up and kill Dabito. He would try to spit on 17 and 18, but then they would dodge it. Vegeta would try to let him spit on him, since he's immortal, he didn't care, but I would kick him out of the way, then jump out of the way. As it hit a rock, it turned to stone. Vegeta would say, why'd you do that? We're gonna let him do it because you're immortal, but don't forget, not all techniques kill you. I would point to the rock as it turned to stone. As Dabura looked at me, so you're cautious, Frieza, that's good. You would make a good servant for Bobbity. I'll keep that in mind. I would look at him and begin to laugh. You think Bobbity can control me? Bobbity's a little midget with anger issues. If anything, you'll make a good servant under me, the great Demon King working under Frieza. Now that's something that could entertain me. Dabura looked at me, a bit disgusted, as he flew down the spaceship, and we all began to follow him. Shen warned that it was a trap, but I didn't care. Trap or not, nothing could stand in my way. As we went to the first level, suddenly Pui Pui would walk through the door. Pui Pui would look at us. Frieza! Your reputation precedes you. I've heard about you, the Emperor of the Universe, and now even you will fall before my might. I would look at him and say I was going to let Vegeta or someone else handle you, but since you said that, I'm going to handle you myself. Bobbity would laugh, looking at us. Yes, Frieza, fall before my trap. Get energy collected. Shen would jump in front of the way. But you must fight him all together. It is foolish to fight him one-on-one, but I'll just smack him with my tail, sending him to the other direction. Shut up, you. As I would walk to Pui Pui and punch him, Pui Pui would get up and we'd begin to battle, but I would grab his neck with my tail and begin to squeeze it, as I shot death beams all across his body. Nothing vital, though. I began to torture Pui Pui, enjoying his suffering, enjoying his pain, as I laughed. Ooh, Who has fallen before who now? I was gonna ask you to join me, but now I'm gonna make sure your death is slow and painful as possible. Babidi would begin to panic as he put us on Pui Pui's home planet. But that did nothing, as 10 times gravity was nothing to me, and even with that advantage, Pui Pui was no match. So I slowly tortured him, breaking his bones, breaking his spirit, breaking his body, as he slowly bled to death, and I dropped him on the floor. Shin would look horrified. What a monster Frieza is. What a monster I am. As we went to the next level, I would say, Vegeta, you can have it, and then 17 and 18 can fight Dabura. I think this will be interesting. Hoo hoo hoo. As suddenly Yakon would walk in. As Yakon walked in, he would crave energy. He would need it. He would feed upon it. He was a beast that only cared about hunger. Vegeta would fight him. And well, Vegeta would begin to humiliate Yakon. Even with the lights turned off, he can easily smell and sense his energy. As Vegeta began to beat him up, Yakon would then absorb his energy as he turned Super Saiyan. But since Vegeta was immortal, he really didn't care, so he turned Super Saiyan 2 full power. And Yakon absorbed the energy super quickly. As Shin said, stop, what are you doing? He feeds on it, you're only making him stronger. As suddenly Yakon blew up. I would laugh and say, you don't know much, do you, Supreme Kai? Shin would look at us, disappointed. As we walked to the final room, Babidi was getting more and more scared. But Dabura said, try to mind control Frieza. He's the strongest one. He has to be. He would try to do it, but it didn't work. I simply laughed and say, I'm no one's puppet. As then Dabura came out, and 17 and 18 both came out, as Dabura began to fight them both. As I would look around, I would whisper to Vegeta, let him take over. I have a plan. You do? Yeah, you'll get a massive power boost from it, and hopefully it'll awaken Majin Buu. I want to fight him. Vegeta would just nod, as Dabura began to fight 17 and 18. 18 and 17 began to demolish Dabura. They both had combo attacks and infinite stamina. Even though Dabura was no slouch and knew a bit of magic, he was still no match for them. And as he began to get more and more beat up, Babidi started to panic. He looked through minds. 17 and 18 wouldn't work. Desperately, he tried Vegeta. As Vegeta began to scream, he began to grab his head. As I began to laugh, yes, yes. Shin said, what the hell are you laughing at? He's taking over Vegeta, I know. Then Majin Buu will be awoken, and I can crush him and prove I'm the strongest in the universe. Shin would look at me and say, you're insane. Insane? No. I just know I'm the strongest. As Vegeta began to yell more and more violently, he began to get an M on his forehead. Majin Vegeta was born. After that, I looked at Vegeta and said, you probably want to go after me, don't you? You want revenge. You want to prove yourself. Vegeta nodded. Vegeta knew he couldn't win. He saw my golden form, but he still wanted to fight me, and I let him. So, we continued the battle. As me and Vegeta battled on and on and on, I shot Death Beam after Death Beam, Power Beam after Power Beam. That just made Vegeta heal again and again and again. I was just making more and more energy come out. I didn't want to use too much stamina. Eventually, as all the energy kept passing on and on and on, Majin Buu would awoken. Steam began to rise up from the room as Babidi, Dabura, and Majin Buu all walked in. Vegeta, 17, 18 were shocked to see Majin Buu wasn't really that scary, but I simply looked at him walking up to him. Hello, Majin Buu, are you ready? Ready to meet your end? Majin Buu would say, you challenge Buu? Buu, strongest there is! But then I would turn gold and shocking everyone. Well, everyone as in Shin, Dabura, and Babidi and Majin Buu. My crew knew about it. As Buu looked and said, "Oh, you shiny Buu-like." You act childlike no matter what. Let's see how childish you act when you're dead. I began to charge a death ball. As I looked at him, well, the mighty Majin Buu, the one person I was told not to fight, finally obliterated. As I threw the death ball right at Majin Buu, destroying him, as I began to laugh. After that, I walked up to Babidi and shot him with a death beam straight in the skull, killing him. As then I looked at Dabura, join me or die. Dabura began to shake as he nodded. As then I walked out, I began to get a call from one of my scouters. I still kept them around just to get calls and stuff. I didn't use them. As I answered, it was King Cold. King Cold heard about me being different. As I said father, not trying to let him know I was someone else.
King Cold said, I heard you went off to fight Majin Buu. What were you thinking? I already got rid of him. What? Yep. And I began to explain how powerful I was. King Cold then shivered and nodded. As then I smirked and said, maybe I'll pay him a visit later. Things might get really interesting. I began to laugh. With Majin Buu defeated, there was only one more threat, Beerus, and I had to act quickly. I was going to train in the time chamber and get ready for him, and I already had an idea how to beat him. And that's going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the video down below. How do you like this series, and how do you think King Cold will play in the future? Let me know.